What's up, Wayne Barron here with Architect Studios, and as you can tell, we are inside of VMware ESXi, and I believe this is 6.5.1 or something like that. Anyway, what we got to do here is that I need to create another server. And the reason why I need another server is that I need a backup DC, which is a domain controller server. I've got one actual physical computer that is used as my main DC. Whenever we lose power, sometimes I forget to turn it back on. However, I will turn on all of my virtual machines. I will cut them back on, but sometimes I forget to turn on the physical computer. It's not a server, it's just a computer that runs my DC. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a virtual server that is going to be my backup DC. That way, if I forget to turn on the physical system, the virtual system will kick in and everything will go to work. And so we're going to go ahead and create a virtual server. Go ahead and create, and we're going to do a virtual machine. Click on next. So this is going to be 2016-DC backup, and we're going to, all these are listed as numbers, so we're going to add a 09 to the beginning of this one. We're going to have this one as 09-2016 DC backup. It's going to be a 6.5 virtual machine, and we're going to have this as Windows. We're going to come all the way down here, and we're going to choose the 2016 64-bit. Click on next, and we're going to give this one 8, and we're going to give it 100. Okay, we're going to come over here to our hard disk 1. We're going to drop it down. We're going to check thin provision. What thin provision means is that whenever you need to add in more drive space, then you can just add that in and you don't have no issues. Your thick provisions means that it stays whatever you set it at and you cannot change it, for what I understand. But the thin provision allows you to continue to add on more. So if I need to add on more than 100 gigabytes, then I can add in more drive space than what I originally had installed it at. So let's go ahead and click on next, so everything else looks good. We need to we're going to choose a data store ISO file. We're going to come over here to our ISO. We're going to choose 2016 data center, and then select that one. Click on next, and then everything looks good. I want to make sure that this right here is thin provisioned, and click on finish. And now it's creating it, and it should pop up here in a second. Okay, so right here we're going to right click on it. We're going to choose power. We're going to power on. And right down here it's going to show that it has completed, so it is on. Let's go ahead and right click on it. We're going to choose console, open console, and new tab. So it's going to be a small window whenever it first launches. Alright, so let's go ahead and click on next, install now. Okay, we're going to come down here to data center desktop experience. Go ahead and click on next. Accept the license terms, next. Install Windows only, advanced. And then we want to create, we want to do this, so we got 100 gigs, so we're going to set this one at, let's do it at 70. So that'll be 70,000, that'll give us 70 gigs. Choose apply. Okay, and so we'll have 31 gigs that we're going to use. Go ahead and apply that one. That we're going to use for our data store, for DNS and so forth. So go ahead and select our partition 2. Click on next. Okay, do you want to allow your PC to be discoverable by other PCs? You want to choose yes on this one. So there's two things that we need to do right off the bat on a new installation through VMware. Well, the first one we're going to do here is on a new installation of your Windows server, and that is click on manage right here and choose server manager properties, and we're going to do not start manager automatically at logon. And the reason why you want to do this is so this right here does not take up time loading when it is not needed. Go ahead and click on OK. We'll go ahead and close out of it because we don't need it open right now. So our next thing that we want to do is click here, and then we're going to go to guest OS, and we're going to choose install VMware tools. Okay, this right here is the disk image that I need to grab a hold of, so I'm just going to see if I can mount it. Yep, I can mount it. Let's go ahead and do the setup. Okay, let's go ahead and click on finish. I'm going to restart the system for that to take effect. Okay, so let's see if it's actually... You can come over here, and to find out if it's working, it will show up the information right here. And so right here it's showing that it is working. So let's see if we can scale it. Yep. Okay, so we got a bigger screen that we can work with. So now the next thing we want to do is we need to rename our computer or our server. So we're going to come over here to System. We're going to do Change Settings. And we're going to change its name. Okay, so we're going to stay in what I've already got, which is Cars 2016, and this is going to be 2, because this is the second server. And it should change its name right here. We'll change to here on restart, so go ahead and click on OK and click on close. I'm going to go ahead and restart the server now. Okay, one thing we need to do before we add in any roles and features is that we need to add in a static IP address. So we're going to go ahead and open up Network and Sharing Center, click on Change Adapter Settings. We're going to go ahead and give this one an IP address, and I've got listed, go ahead and, so I've got listed right here, these are all my internal IP addresses, and this right here, we're going to go ahead and remove this because I'm only running one card instead of 2, so we're going to do 89 for this one. Let's go ahead and save this. So we're going to uncheck the version 6 because we're not running it, and we're going to change this or have this as 189. So, and then we're going to point this to the first DC, and then we're going to point this one to this one, which is 89, and then we're going to go ahead and choose Advanced, come over here to DNS, and we're going to also add in the Google DNS as well, and it's always going to be at the end. Go ahead and click on OK, and then OK again, and now we've got our static IP set up. Go ahead and minimize that and close out of that window. Let's come over here to Add Roles and Features, Active Directory, and okay, so with Active Directory, let's go ahead and click on Next. Okay, so installation is complete. Let's go ahead and click on Close. And then we can come right here, click right here, and choose Promote this server to a domain controller. We're going to add a domain controller to an existing domain. So this one right here is going to be Cars 2016-2. So we need to add in the domain .local. Okay, and now the password. So that's what you do. You add in your domain with a backslash and then your user, and then it automatically pick up on the domain. Click on OK, and it's retrieving the domains in the forest, and it's got this one. Go ahead and click on OK there. Now, as you can see, it's already supplied the credentials to perform this operation. It's this user right here. Go ahead and click on Next. Okay, so we got domain name system DNS server. That's what we're going to need. So it's going to install that, and a specific domain controller capabilities and site information, and the global catalog. Read-only domain controller, we do not want to check that. The site name is Cars Foxtrot. Let's go ahead and give it. Click on Next. So we're just going to leave that alone. Go ahead and click on Next. Specify install from media IFM. We're going to leave this alone. domain controller, we're going to go ahead and choose this one right here. This one right here is an old one, and so we're not going to mess with this one. Go ahead and choose this one right here. Click on next. We're going to change all these to our D drive. Folder is going to be DC, and then we're going to create NTDS, and then we're going to do sys volume. We're just going to highlight and copy them, then we're going to come over, select and paste it there and there. So now these are all the areas that we want. Go ahead and click on next. Go ahead and click on install. Okay, now it's automatically going to pop up with our domain and the administrator. However, that is not the login that we want. What we want is that we want the one that we logged in with whenever we joined the DC. So that is cars 2016-2. Okay, so how we tell if everything worked like it's supposed to is that we simply click on our start menu, and then we come over here to Windows Administrative Tools, and we want to move out all of these. So let's go ahead and click on Manage, Server Manager Properties. Go ahead and change this to Do Not Start. Click on OK. Let's go ahead and minimize that window. What we want to open up, we want to go to Active Directory Users and Computers, and this should pick up, as you can tell, it picked up on our cars foxfire.local. If we click on that, it gives us all of the computers in the domain and then all of the users. We come over here to our DNS, we open up it, and then we have all of our DNS entries for all of the systems that are okay, and that is how we create a backup DC. So now whenever the main computer goes down, then the virtual will pick up on it, and the virtual is right here. This is the cars 2016-2, which is going to pick up, and then now everything will be able to continue to run and without having any type of issues. Okay, so what I need to do now that I almost forgot about, and I do want to show y'all how to do this, is I need to come through, see each one of these servers right here are what's running all of my domains or all my websites. So what I need to do is I need to point each one of these to the new DC. So we're going to go ahead and open up this one. And now since we've got two NICs in here, even though they are feeding off from the same router, which is really a pain, for my second NIC card, I need to add it in to 89. So let's go ahead and add in. Okay, so we add that one and go ahead and move that one up. That way it's got both of them. So it's not running on both of them. It's just running on one of them. So the other one, the first NIC card, it pointed to the DNS of the web server, and see the second one pointed to both DNS of the web server and to the internal network. And so the reason why we've got them both doing that is that one of the NICs is solely for the web, the other one does both. Now see this one right here, this one does not have to communicate with the web, and so this one right here is strictly in-house. Okay, now see, if you noticed before on the other NIC, it had a DNS entry for Google's 8 server. However, this one does not. See, so this one is strictly for in-house. This one right here deals in-house and the internet. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, but that's pretty much all you have to do. Is just remember that whenever you're running these commercial grade servers, you got multiple NIC cards. And so if your server only comes with one NIC card, go ahead and go out and get you another one, or buy a card that has multiple NICs on it, anything a gig to 10 gigs or higher. And then you want the first one. The first one always gets set with the one pointing to, like if it's the web server, then it points to the web DNS. Now see this one right here, the ARR server, that one runs my web DNS. And then it runs IS, which points to this server and this server. And then these two servers communicate with these two servers, which gets their data from this server. And then that, of course, is the mail server. And so that's pretty much how it all works. It runs as a tree. So this is one, and then these right here is two, which this is the primary. And then this right here is the primary SQL, but they get their data off from this one. And so that's pretty much it. And I hope these lessons, or this lesson on creating the DC backup and then finding out how to add in your new DC backup into your existing farm helps you out. All right, I am Wayne Barron. This is Dark Effect Studios. Y'all have a good one now. Bye bye.